Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. I've got some breaking news coming out here and I've got one wild story to share with you. So if you've been following this channel, I've put multiple updates recently about this topic. So we're going to be discussing the potential arrest warrants that could be issued for Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, along with, I believe it's Yoav Gallant, the Defense Minister of Israel, and IDF Chief Herzi Halevi, and who knows, there maybe could be more arrest warrants coming. So this is Karim Khan, the ICC prosecutor that was planning to issue arrest warrants for the Israeli government and top IDF officials. And right when we were starting to report that coming out, we were hearing reports coming from the United States that they were warning that they were going to sanction the ICC, the International Criminal Court. And now we've got reports here that a dozen GOP senators from the United States Senate threatened the ICC with sanctions if Netanyahu arrest warrants is issued. Okay, so this is really big news. And let me tell you, we're going to go over this actual letter that was written to Karim Khan, the gentleman in the picture right here. And I'll tell you, this was definitely more of a threat than anything. It was definitely a threat to him, and you'll see why. We'll definitely go into that. So I've got lots of information to go over regarding this story, so let's go ahead and get right into this. This is on the Hill. GOP conservatives threaten ICC with sanctions if they seek Netanyahu's arrest. So it says here, dozen GOP senators threatened to the International Criminal Court, the ICC, with sanctions if the body moves forward with an arrest warrant against Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu or other Israeli leaders. The ICC has reportedly considered a warrant for Netanyahu's arrest for weeks as accusations rise of war crimes in the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. Target Israel and we will target you, the senators led by Senator Tom Cotton wrote in a letter late last month threatening to sanction your employees and associates and bar you and your families from the United States. You have been warned, it concludes. So definitely, like I said, this warning here is definitely a threat. A major one, that is, and it's crazy the amount of support coming out for the Israeli government, and the United States is really trying hard to make sure this is not going to happen by simply threatening the ICC, for sanctions, okay, or over sanctions. The letter, first reported by Zeteo, warns the ICC that the U.S. could invoke the American Services Members Protection Act, the ASPA, in any response to arrest warrants. The ASPA, signed into law in 2002, prohibits U.S. cooperation with the ICC and authorizes the president to take any action to prevent Americans or allies from being detained by the court. Neither Israel nor the U.S. is a member of the ICC, though the Palestinian authorities were given member status in 2015. The Biden administration has stated it does not support an ICC war crimes investigation into Israel, but has not commented on whether it would pursue sanctions against the courts if Netanyahu or others are ordered arrested. We've been really clear about the ICC investigation. We do not support it. We do believe that they have the jurisdiction, and I'm going to leave it there for now. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said last week. The letter says any attempt to issue warrants against Israeli leaders would be illegitimate, and lack legal basis, adding that issuing warrants would align the ICC with the largest state sponsor of terrorism and its proxy, referring to Iran and Hamas. Senator Kevin Cramer doubled down on the letter in a statement to the Hill on Monday. The credibility of the ICC is already suspect, which is why the United States would never yield to its authority, Cramer said. If they go forward with charging Israel's leadership with crimes for defending their citizens against terrorists, the ICC may as well declare themselves enemies of freedom. Goes on to say the court shot back against unspecified threats in a public statement. Last week, a week after the GOP senator's letter was sent to the body, the office seeks to engage constructively with all stakeholders whenever such dialogue is consistent with the mandate under the Rome Statute to act independently and impartially. The ICC Office of the Prosecutor said in a statement posted on the social platform X, that independence and impartiality are undermined. However, when individuals threaten to retaliate against the court or against court personnel should the office, in fulfillment of its mandate, make decisions about investigations or cases falling within its jurisdiction. The statement continues. Such threats, even when not acted upon, may also constitute an offense against the administration of justice under Article 70 of the Rome Statute. Potential action against Israel comes after the ICC issued an arrest warrant for Russian President Vladimir Putin last year over alleged war crimes in Ukraine. President Biden backed the action, calling it justified. So isn't that pretty hypocritical, at least according to that statement? The letter was signed by Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, as well as Senator Marsha Blackburn, Katie Britt, Ted Kramer, Ted Cruz, Bill Hagerty, Pete Ricketts, Marco Rubio, Rick Scott, and Tim Scott. So 12 senators signed this letter here that we're going to read. And clearly this letter, what it's going to tell us here is that they're threatening to sanction the court. And you'll see some other stuff here when we read this. So let's go ahead and read it to you. United States Senate. Let's see if are we able to zoom in a little bit? I don't know if we can. I think that's about as far as we can go. Okay, so United States Senate, April 24th, 2024. So to Mr. Kareem Khan, Office of the Prosecutor, International Criminal Court. I'm not sure what that is. That's probably in their language. The Hague, the Netherlands. Dear Mr. Khan, we write regarding the reports that the International Criminal Court, ICC, may be considering issuing international arrest warrants against Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and other Israeli officials. Such actions are illegitimate and lack legal basis, and if carried out will result in severe sanctions against you and your institution. Look at severe sanctions and your institution. The ICC is attempting to punish Israel for taking legitimate actions of self-defense against our Iranian-backed aggressors. In fact, in your own words, you witnessed scenes of calculated cruelty conducted by Hamas in Israel following the October 7th attacks. These arrest warrants would align the ICC with the largest state sponsor of terrorism and its proxy. To be clear, there is no moral equivalence between Hamas's terrorism and Israel's justified response. The ICC is also prohibited by its charter from proceeding in any case unless the relevant government is unwilling or unable to police themselves. You yourself have said that Israel has trained lawyers who advise commanders in a robust system intended to ensure compliance with international humanitarian law. By issuing these warrants, you would be calling into question the legitimacy of Israel's laws, legal system, and democratic form of government. Issuing arrest warrants for the leaders of Israel would not only be unjustified, it would expose your organization's hypocrisy and double standards. Your office has not issued arrest warrants for Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei or any other Iranian official, Syrian President Bashar al-Assad or any other Syrian official, or Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh or any other Hamas official, nor have you issued an arrest for a warrant for the genocidal General Secretary of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, or any other Chinese official. Finally, neither Israel nor the United States are members of the ICC and are therefore outside of your organization's supposed jurisdiction. If you issue an arrest warrant for the arrest of the Israeli leadership, we will interpret this not only as a threat to Israel's sovereignty, but to the sovereignty of the United States. Our country demonstrated in the American Service Members Protection Act that the lengths to which we will go to protect that sovereignty. The United States will not tolerate politicized acts by the ICC on our allies. Target Israel and we will target you. If you move forward with the measures indicated in the report, we will move to end all American support for the ICC, sanction your employees and associates, and bar you, check this out, bar you and your families from the United States. You have been warned. So definitely a major, major statement going out. I apologize on that. It was a lot of reading that we had to go over there, but this was a lot of critical information that I had to bring to you. So here's the signatures of all the senators here that signed this. So again, 12 senators: Tom Cotton, Mitch McConnell, Marsha Blackburn, Katie Boyd Britt, Ted Budd, Kevin Kramer, Ted Cruz, Bill Hagerty, Pete Ricketts, Marco Rubio, Rick Scott, and Tim Scott. So very crazy what we're seeing here, and I'm really at a loss for words with what's going on here. I don't even know what to think. Whether these ICC arrest warrants would be correct or whether they wouldn't be. There's definitely two sides to this overall, but obviously what we are seeing here for sure is the United States really pushing back on the ICC to prevent them from issuing these arrest warrants. And obviously, the ICC wants to do it. They want to issue these arrest warrants. And I think a lot of it was to help prevent this war from happening. And maybe that's why we saw Israel go into Rafah today. Maybe that's why they went ahead and just did this, because maybe these arrest warrants were coming soon, and they didn't want this war to be prevented. They wanted to get it going now, and it kind of came out of nowhere. Okay, I just reported the Rafah invasion just today. Okay, just a few hours ago, leading into the morning is when we first found out about this, and this whole thing is it's getting going. It's underway now. And I don't know if it's going to be too late for these arrest warrants. We'll see if the ICC prosecutor even comes out and does these arrest warrants here. But he has also come out in the last week or last few days saying that nobody should be pressuring him. There shouldn't be any political battle here. There should be nobody threatening the ICC or anything. They're simply just a court, an international court. But obviously, there's something big going on here in the background, maybe even more that you and I understand. And it's a huge deal here, okay? Very big deal, and that's why I wanted to share this story with you. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. That's going to be it for this update. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. And also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope you all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.